Hi you guys, and wait for it. Welcome back to my channel. You have no idea how good it feels to say those words after not having my channel for 2 weeks. I'm filming this video on Sunday the 14th, and so if I still hadn't had my channel, today would be officially 14 days that I had not had my channel. You won't see this video today. It's gonna go up sometime this week, I think, I hope. But yeah, you guys, welcome back to my channel.
And now I'm stargazing. You think for the stars, but I've been scarred lately. Taking keys, stealing cars, we just some lost babies. Live too fast, now I'm grown. Excuses in my head, I ain't thinking I'm wrong.
So you guys, before we get into the actual video, which we all know why we're here, I just want to start off by saying, first of all, how thankful that I am, and I don't want to cry, to be back with you guys. How thankful I am that this is something that I get to do. How thankful I am that YouTube is not only my passion, something that I love, but also a source of income for me and a stepping stone to helping me to accomplish not only my goals, but to also help my baby sister accomplish hers. I am so thankful to God to be back here with you guys today, and I'm feeling really sentimental. So a couple of things before we get into the video. First of all, this dress that I'm wearing is sentimental. Yes, it's cleavage bearing, but it's also sentimental. I wore this dress in one of the first videos that I filmed that I was really proud of, and that was my how to slay the new year for 2020, you guys. I was actually unemployed. I had been employed since November. That video came out, I want to say in maybe February or March. And yeah, no, it came out in January or February, because by March I was back working. But yeah, I had been unemployed, and we put this video up, and it was the first time I felt like a real YouTuber. Like, it was the first video that I was seriously proud of. We'll definitely link it somewhere. And then also the fragrance that I'm wearing. So Dossier is a company that you guys know that I have been working with this company for a long time now. I don't even remember how many months, but it feels like years. I have a really good connection with the brand rep that I work with. She is so sweet. She's so amazing. And the company itself is just incredible to me. I love what they stand for. I love their professionalism. So the fragrance that I'm wearing today, also shout out to our sponsor, Dossier. Like I said, they were one of the first brands that actually reached out to me to work with me on my channel. And the fragrance, I typically never come on here and show my face when I'm showing you the fragrance, but it's worth talking about. So you guys, this fragrance that I'm wearing today, it is called Oriental Cherry. So if you're not familiar with Dossier, basically it's like the Big Lots of fragrance. If you guys know what a Big Lots is, maybe it's like a Midwest thing, but basically it's like the store that sells the same as the brand name, same ingredients, same quality, same look, same everything. The only thing that's different is the packaging. So you guys know I'm a huge fan of luxury and designer. However, I'm also intelligent. I know that typically the reason why Tom Ford fragrance is so expensive, I'm sure the ingredients are great, but it's gonna be the brand name that's on it, Tom Ford, and then also the packaging, you guys. That's what sells it. So what Dossier has done is put those exact same ingredients in a really simplistic looking bottle, but it smells exactly the same. So Oriental Cherry is based off of Tom Ford's Lost Cherry. Love that name. A little naughty, a little sassy, a little spicy like me. And you guys, it smells absolutely identical, and it's a beautiful fragrance. So I decided to feature this fragrance on today's video because, you guys, I get so many compliments on this fragrance, and a lot of them come from the male species, okay? It's just a really sexy, yummy, delicious smelling fragrance, you guys. It's very seductive, very warm, and it definitely smells like cherries, which I don't know if I've ever would say I'm a huge fan of a cherry scent. I know I like a lavender, and I think I like a rose, but a cherry, You guys, it seriously smells delicious. It's just so warm and it's not overwhelming. But another thing that I really love about this fragrance, it lasts. Now, you guys know me, like I love to douse myself in my fragrance. With this one, it's not necessary. I do it anyways, but it literally will last you all day, all night. So huge shout out to Dossier, you guys. I will be sure to leave all the good stuff down in the description box below. Shout out to my brand rep, you know who you are. Shout out to Dossier. Thank you guys so much for working with me. I've thoroughly enjoyed it and I hope we get to work together a lot more in the future, you guys. So yeah, cheers to us, you guys. We are back, and yes, we are cheersing with a green juice. But without further ado, let's get into it. Let's talk about it. This is not going to be a like sad or like clickbaity type video. I'm literally going to be telling you exactly what happened to me, how my channel got hijacked, hacked, stolen, and exactly how I got it back. One of my main reasons for wanting to do this video, aside for letting my subscribers, friends, and family know what happened to me, is to give you guys some hope. Because honestly, when this happened to me, what's the first thing you do? You Google, you know, how do I get my hacked YouTube channel back? And from the results, it does not look good. Like Bianca and I literally went from like being optimistic to like, oh yeah, we're gonna get this back tonight, to being like, okay, you know, maybe this isn't gonna happen. And that was scary. So one of the biggest reasons why I wanted to film this video for you guys was to give other people out there who might be going through the same thing as I was hope that yes, you guys, there is a way to get your YouTube channel back after it's been hacked. And I'm gonna give you all the rundown and all the details. So let's get into it. Sips tea, but not really. Sips healthy green juice. That's not that good. Okay, so first of all, can we just talk about the Bree car Amore in the back? So the video that's actually playing is the last video that got posted to my channel the day before it was hijacked. That is my B.O.B. Black Owned Brand Spotlight video. You guys, if you haven't checked that video out, please go check it out and give it a lot of love. Unfortunately, it only got to be up one day, and I feel like it did not get the love and appreciation that it deserved, because the video was phenomenal. The brands were phenomenal. Like Bianca's editing was top notch. So if you have not seen that video, right back there, please go check it out. You have no idea how happy I am to be able to see this on the big screen. Like I'm really thankful. Like I feel really blessed. All right, so before I keep rambling, let's go ahead and get into this. So I'm not going to go into details on how exactly this happened. I know exactly how it happened. Both Bianca and I do know how that happened. If you don't know who Bianca is, I'm sure you guys already do, but if a lot of you guys are watching that are new here and you found us in like a Google search, Bianca is my baby sister. She is also my business partner. She is also my editor-in-chief. She edits all of my videos here on BreeCarmoreProductions.com.inc LLC, okay, everything. She is phenomenal. So she is the face behind the channel. She edits all of our videos. She does all of the graphics, all of the logos, everything, all of the music, all of the intros, everything from my Vlogmas intro to my house tour intro to the new intro that I have now on my channel. So that is who Bianca is. So yes, like I was saying, we both know how it happened. I'm not going to go into details, but basically what I will tell you is that my channel was hacked and hijacked through a phishing email. If you guys don't know what a phishing email is, go ahead and look it up. I'm sure a lot of people know what that is. So that is how it happened. Like I said, I'm not going to go into too many details. So Sunday, I posted a video, which is playing in the back. It's our B.O.B. Black Owned Business Spotlight video. Sunday, February 28th, the last day of February. The last day of Black History Month. It was a spotlight video. The very next day, March 1st, this is how I started off my March, my channel was hacked. So as I said, it happened through a phishing email, and I'm going to give you a lot of details about what happened after that. So it was essentially a perfect storm. I was rushing to get to an appointment after work. I was going to have fat frozen off my body. More into that later. And I was rushing, it was raining, and I hate being late. If you guys know me, I'm a really punctual person. I don't like to be late. I don't like to waste other people's time. So I'm rushing and it's raining, so I'm really not on my phone. However, at some point, I do remember seeing an email come through that said, thank you for, and I'm gonna put the exact email right here. Thank you for upgrading your Gmail account. Your primary email address has been changed to XYZ, but you can still log in with your regular email address. So a couple of reasons why this email wasn't like, oh my God, or, you know, wasn't like red flag to me. The first one being, like I said, I was rushing. I really wasn't paying attention. You know, that wasn't the most important thing on my mind at the moment. And the second one, the second and most important, like I said in the beginning of this video, my baby sister does work with me here on my channel. She's got access to my email, my YouTube, my AdSense, my Gmail. She's got access to everything. And she's always messing with something on my account. Either like downloading something or finding new music for us or something. And so when I saw that email, I didn't really think twice about it because I assumed in my rushing state that it was just my baby sister and she was, you know, doing something with my account. No big deal. So I go to my appointment, I get my fat frozen off, and I come home, I'm feeling real skinny, girl, real skinny and motivated. And so I'm about to start my home workout. And I start my workout, I do my stretches, and I'm ready to get into the meat of my workout. And lately I have been using a workout video, and I'll pop the thumbnail here. I've been using a workout video on YouTube, and so I get on my phone and I go to get into my YouTube and pull up the video, and I'm signed out. So I'm signed out, which I don't know if I thought that was as weird as maybe I thought I should have thought it was, but so, you know, I go to log in, and this is when I start getting concerned. It says that it can't log me in because my password's not right. And at the very bottom, it says like your password was changed less than an hour ago. And then I start kind of freaking out. So this is where things escalate very quickly. I immediately FaceTime Bianca. Now I can't tell you exactly like what I thought. I don't think I thought my YouTube was hacked, but something inside of me was like, you know, alarms blaring, because I instantly picked up Bianca and was like, Bianca, like, I don't even know what I said to her. And we were talking about this the other day. I don't know what I said to her, but she like, I think she was taking a nap, and she like immediately like popped up, and we both were kind of freaking out. But I honestly don't remember thinking like, hey, like I've been hacked, but I must have been thinking something bad because we were both kind of freaking out. And so I'm on FaceTime with her, and I think she tried to log in. No, I don't think she tried to log in. I think she just typed in my YouTube channel from her YouTube channel, from her account. Bianca's got her own account. And I think when she pulled it up is when everything kind of came into, like, we saw what was what. This is the part that, it was intense. And that was the moment when, is that an ad on my channel? Okay, sponsored ad. Come on, AdSense money. I'm back. Sorry. This is the part where I think it really hit, and I immediately started crying. And so she types in my channel name and pulls it up, and Bianca also started freaking out, and she was like, oh my gosh, sissy, have you seen your YouTube channel? And I'm like, what? Like, what is it? Now, I'm really dramatic, and I'm gonna tell you what I thought happened. I want to see if you guys can guess what I was thinking. I'm thinking like somebody has posted like nude videos of me, or like a Kim K sex tape. Not that I have one, but like these are just the thoughts that were running through my mind. And Bianca, she's kind of like this type of person, like she's a thinker. And so she had said like, oh my gosh, have you seen your channel? But she didn't follow up with like what it was. She was just quiet because I think she was also processing. So it left my thoughts to run wild. And then she was like, you know, all of your videos are gone and someone is posting videos to your account. And from that moment on, it was just like a downward spiral. So from that point on, it was completely obvious that the channel had been hacked. They had, on the surface, it looked like deleted all of my videos and started posting spam videos. Now in the beginning, my picture had not changed and my channel name was the same. However, as the hours progressed on, they eventually changed my profile picture, the name of my channel, and then they started posting live videos. So I'm not an expert on exactly what happened, but they were posting this Cardano Foundation videos. I don't know what it is. From the Google searches and research that I've done, it's some type of scam or spam. The Cardano Foundation is apparently actually like a legit real company. What's going on back there? It's Bianca. Hi, baby. It's actually a legit company. However, somehow hackers or scammers have found a way to turn it into a scam. So apparently they, take over people's YouTube channels with X amount of subscribers, and they start posting these videos and encouraging people to buy Bitcoins for them to like essentially do some type of giveaway, and they scam people out of money, essentially is what happens. So that was the actual hacking. So rewind back to after when Bianca told me, like, have you seen your channel? So I immediately, still on FaceTime with Bianca, log into my Instagram, logged out, can't log in. Thankfully, apparently Instagram has much better like recovery systems and security than Google does, because I was instantly able to recover my Instagram, like no problem. They sent me like I think they sent me like a text or something, and boom, I was in there. Then I start getting all of these alerts. So if you guys have any type of Apple product, you know that you can store your passwords in your phone. And I started getting all of these alerts. This has never happened to me before, saying that 140 of my accounts had been breached and that I needed to change all of my passwords. You guys, I'm talking my passwords to every single bank account I have, my savings account, to my mortgage portal, to literally everything, to health records, to everything. I have since changed all the passwords. I can't exactly confirm if they were hacked per se. The only account that I can confirm for sure that was hacked was my Google, my YouTube, and then of course they attempted to hack my Instagram account. So in the beginning, I think that Bianca and I were both kind of like, well, definitely Bianca, she's very optimistic, and she definitely went into like mommy mode where she was like, okay, it's fine, sissy, like we're gonna get this back. This is fine, we've got this. And she's Googling, and we're both really quiet and trying to figure things out. And you guys, as I was saying earlier, if you do a Google search for like how to get my hacked YouTube channel back, the prognosis does not look good. Like, they do not give you hope at all. Essentially what they tell people, and I don't know who they is, but what they say is your best bet is going to be like tweeting at Team YouTube or at Google to try to get someone to respond to you. Yeah. I did that. I sent tons of tweets to Team YouTube, to Google, but what I want to tell you, and I'm getting a little ahead of myself, is that not only did they hack my YouTube channel, you guys know how Google works, it's all tied together. So they hacked my Google account, which means they hacked my YouTube, my AdSense, where I get my money, everything was hacked. So what the hackers did is they changed the first and last name of my account. They deleted my email address and changed it to theirs. They changed the password. They also changed, they deleted all of my familiar devices, my iPad, my work computer, my laptop, my phone. And then changed the recovery phone number to the account. So what does all that mean for you? For me, it means that when you go to do any of these suggested Google recovery steps, which they do have, it doesn't work. Because when you go on and you try to log in and you click, okay, forgot my password, and it's typically supposed to bring you up some options. You can answer like a security question or, something to recover your channel. It didn't even let me get that far. And I kept getting this message that would pop up and say, you are trying to log in from an unfamiliar device and Google doesn't have enough information to verify your identity. Please try again later. Which I guess that message is synonymous with hacked YouTube accounts. Like, I've seen that on several message boards. And so basically, all of the steps that Google gives you to recover your account, it's erased by that simple fact that these people are smart and they have deleted all your familiar devices. And so now you can't even do any of the Google recovery steps. So for a couple of days, it was very much seeming like hope was lost. Same thing with like AdSense or any of the, help forms that we try to figure out. Bianca must have filled out 18 different forms. Another thing that I'm going to tell you is that a big resource for YouTube creators is, I think it's called like YouTube Creators or something like that. I'll put it here. A portal that YouTubers who are monetized can use Well, guess what? The only way to access that is from your Google account. So if your Google account has been hacked, there's no way for you to get that. I'm sorry, if your YouTube account has been hacked, you don't have access to that. So it really doesn't make sense. I am gonna go on record saying that Google definitely needs to step up their game and make it easier for their creators to regain control of their channel, and also like step up their security so that people can't just hack their accounts. Okay. So that is what happened to me. My account was hijacked. So immediately after that, there's my intro. We start reporting the videos that they're posting. We start reporting the channel. I've got a lot of people, subscribers, followers on Instagram messaging me, DMing me, and I put out some things on Instagram letting people know what had happened and asking people to report the channel. And so we were doing that, and I think after maybe 2 or 3 days, the channel eventually got taken down, which was good because that means somebody at YouTube is listening and they know what's going on. They know this channel hasn't been hacked. That was a good thing. That was like a little spark of hope for me. So now getting into kind of how to get your channel back. One of the first things that you want to do is report your channel. Have all of your subscribers report the channel, report the videos. It doesn't matter what you report it for. We put in copyright claims, we put in sexual abuse, we put in like hate speech, literally everything, whatever you have to do to get YouTube's attention. Now that is something that they claim to check, periodically throughout the day. So do that as much as you possibly can. Ooh, girl. Another thing that I'm going to tell you that is important to do is, this is basically, and I'm just going to be honest with you, this is the real truth. This is the only way that you can get your YouTube account back if it's been hacked. There is not a phone number. There is not a customer service email. There is like none of those things, at least not that you would have access to. What you want to do is you're going to go through the Google Help community. Now, when you do this, it's really important that you don't put in the platform as Google. You want to ask your question through the YouTube platform. I'm going to put pictures to kind of support what I'm talking about here, maybe even some like screen scrolls. So basically, there's this really mean guy, and I'm not sure if they're actual Google employees or if they're volunteers, the people who answer the questions on the Google Help community. But if you're on the Google platform, if that's the one where you filled out to ask your question, there's a very mean guy on there that's going to tell you, and he gives the same answer to everyone. I'm going to put it up here. He's going to tell you that Google does not have access to your account. There's no way to escalate anything any higher. If you can't use the Google account recovery steps, you're basically effed and your channel's just gone. So, start over. Let's be realistic. The man is a pessimist. He's very rude. He's extremely insensitive because if you're like me, and I feel like a lot of creators are, this is very personal to you. This is your business. It's the equivalent of having someone steal your business. As I was saying earlier, my YouTube isn't just a social media platform. It is a stream of income, not only for myself, but also for my baby sister. It is a stepping stone to help me achieve goals and, financial goals and personal goals and a lot of things that I want to do. But not only that, you guys, it's a personal diary. I have had my channel since 2009. I am at 23,500 subscribers, and I actually just hit 23,000 a little while before my channel was hacked, and I worked for every single one of my subscribers, you guys. Bianca and I both put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, passion, and effort into making my channel what it is. So yes, it's a very personal thing. The man on there that is answering these questions of all these people who are in the same situation that I was, feeling desperate, feeling lost, feeling devastated because their account has been hijacked, the man is extremely insensitive. So that's why I'm telling you right now, when you fill out this form here, be sure to mark YouTube and not Google. Now, when you fill out this form, you want to make sure that you're filling it out as a creator. Now, that is if your account is monetized, and I should clarify, I'm only speaking for myself as an account that is monetized. So if your account's not yet monetized, I really am not sure. I would encourage you to maybe Google or research that avenue. I'm just speaking solely for YouTube channels that are monetized like mine. You fill this out, and this is how you're going to ask your question on the Google Help community, the YouTube portal portion, whatever. And you're basically just going to say, you know, what happened? Like, my account was hacked. And now I did post like duplicates. Bianca was posting, I was posting. Now that's really not necessary because they are true to form. I think they say somebody should get back to you within 24 hours. I think the first time mine was answered, I think maybe it took like 2 days, if not a day and a half. So filling out multiple forms and like posting multiple times is not really necessary. If it makes you feel better, you can. They're going to ask you to delete it anyways. So essentially what is going to happen is someone from Google is going to contact you through there, and they're going to ask you a series of questions. They're going to ask you, you know, if you have screenshots or a date and time of when it was hacked, or like an email that you got that, you know, said that something on your account was changed. And they're also going to ask you for your account URL. Ooh, is that what it's called? Pause. Okay, I can't find it, but I'm going to post all the screenshots here, but I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. Now, the thing about this is your channel URL is not like your channel, like what I have linked on my Instagram account, that's like YouTube, whatever, /Bree Carmore, that's not your channel URL. It's gonna be like when you're actually on your channel, it is I think it's like the set of words and numbers that come after the backslash at the top or something like that, but I will do like a screen scroll and show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. You will need that information. Now, the one thing that is good to know is that if you don't know that, or if you don't know how to access to it, or you obviously don't have access to it, I gave him just the plain Bree Carmore link. And the young man that was assisting me on the Google Help community platform was able to give me my actual URL. He, you know, messaged me back and was like, hey, by the way, your channel URL is this because you're going to need it going forward. So there are a lot of myths out there that they basically say like, you know, it can take months, and I'm sure that it could. Like I said, mine took 2 weeks from, you know, the time that my channel was hacked, but they were very responsive. Another thing that you're going to want to have handy is going to be your AdSense publisher ID. So I will tell you how you can find that. I basically went back through all of my emails. I just did a search through my email for AdSense, and the email that I found it under was one that was talking about changes that they were going to be making to the AdSense account or something like that, or updates, but I'll screenshot it here. And basically your publisher ID is going to start with a PUB, and then it's going to be dash, and it's going to have a series of, I want to say, I think numbers or letters. Hold on, let me just double check. Yeah, so I found it under an email that was talking about important upcoming changes to AdSense reports. Now, it's not going to show up on like the emails that AdSense telling you that you are about to receive a payment. It won't show up on there. So it says it at the bottom. It says your publisher ID, and it's a PUB dash, and it's all numbers. So you are going to want to have that handy. So this is also a good tip for any current YouTubers. You should definitely know that number and have it in a safe place where you can have access to it should you need it. So like I was saying, so you're gonna fill out this form, and they will give you access to the YouTube creator support. And at this time, they will then email you. So you'll actually be able to correspond with somebody directly from YouTube, and they will work with you on how to get your channel back. So through doing this, Google was actually able to revert all of my original Google settings back to how I had them set up in the first place. So they were able to change my recovery phone number back to my true phone number after I went through all of the chatting with the person from YouTube creator support. And so I was able to get access to my Google account that way. That is the first step to recovering your hacked YouTube account, is recovering your Google account, if in fact all of them were hacked together, which typically they are. And then from there, YouTube was able to confirm that yes, my account was in fact hijacked. They gave me the date, the time, all of that information. And then after that, they were able to fully recover my channel, and my subscribers were intact. They confirmed that my AdSense account was not affected, so I'm still getting my normal payment as usual. But one thing that I did notice, at first I freaked out because I was like, where are my videos at? And they did not delete all of my videos. The hacker didn't delete all of my videos. They just set them to private. So thank God my channel was fully recovered, you guys, fully intact. all of my subscribers and actually got 500 more. Thank you, God, what a blessing. So AdSense wasn't affected, you guys, and yes, it was definitely a trying time for me. Like I said, I wouldn't wish this on anyone, but I am here to give you hope and some optimism that yes, there is a way to get your channel back. Please don't listen to that rude little man that's saying like Google doesn't have access to your accounts or anything like that. That's just not true, because as I said, they were able to revert my settings on my Google account to how I had set them up previously. So I was able to recover my Google account using my phone number, although the hackers had changed it. So we are finished. Our green juice is finished as well. And you guys, I'm just so incredibly happy and blessed to be back here with you guys. I hope that these tips and tricks that I gave you are useful. And if you are going through a situation like I was, God forbid, if your channel has been hacked, I am definitely praying for you and my thoughts are with you. But there is good news. You guys can definitely get it back. Thank God I was able to get mine back after only what felt like an eternity, even though it was only a short 14 days. So thank you guys so much for all the love and support, you guys. I have the best subscribers in the world. And to any of you who may be going through the same thing I was, I really hope this helps you. So yes, do not forget to like, comment, subscribe, you guys. Be sure to subscribe and become a part of the Real Life Luxury family. You guys, it's been an amazing almost 11 years on this channel, and I look forward to having forever with you guys. So I love you so much, you guys. Stay blessed. I'm always praying for you. I love you so much, and I'll see you next Sunday.